Hi, I'm going to show you how to work with graphics using the Tetralith HPC cluster for the course Intro to Python for HPC provided by NICE. In this session I will try to convince you why you may use graphics. We're going to use matplotlib to create a plot, and we are going to view the plot. And these are the learning outcomes. We're going to create a minimal plot. If it's needed, we're going to load the matplotlib module, and we are definitely going to view the plot in this video. Why you want to use graphics? Well, because graphics are useful to visualize your data, for example, in the form of plots. And sure, you can create those on your local computer, but here we will make them on an HPC cluster. We use matplotlib because it's a popular Python package to make plots. We'll find out how hard it is to use on an HPC cluster, and the hardest part will be to find out which software modules to load from the documentation. This session is about graphics, not about matplotlib. So this is all the code we will be running. Where there's an import here we create a plot, and here we save it. So this is not going in detail at matplotlib at all. It just shows you how to use it, how to use graphics. This is how the plot looks like. You see it's quite minimal here. If we have created the plot, maybe you want to view it, and this can be quite hard, and I'll show you in this exercise. Because I will log in from a terminal, and there it's not a graphical environment at all. There are two solutions for this. One is to use a remote desktop environment. That may work. It's very visual. It's like a desktop environment like I have here, but then remotely. Or we're going to log in via SSH with X forwarding. So I'll be logging in with SSH. You need 3 extra keystrokes for this to enable X forwarding, whatever that is. This usually works. I'll get this to work for you. In the worst case, you can always download the image to your local computer. Super clumsy, but it does work. Alright, on to the exercises. In exercise 1, we're going to use matplotlib to create a plot, and I see that we create a script here and run it. So we have done this in a previous session here, working with Python scripts. So I'll be going through this a bit faster, and then we get into matplotlib land, and then I'll focus on that. But these first 2 steps will be a bit faster. So at the right I have Tetralith. There it's empty, there are no files. I'm going to create this script with the content of the example code in it. Sure, so I copy paste the code there. I'm going to create it using nano. It's called create plot.py. I'm going to paste it, I'm going to save it, I'm going to exit, I'm going to cat it just to make sure it's there. Good. And now I'm going to run it. Let's see if we get an error. Alright, so the error is that there's no module named matplotlib. If you get no error message, you can go ahead to the next exercise. No, I have an error message, so I have to go here. For your favorite HPC center, find the documentation on how to use matplotlib. Search for a maximum of 5 minutes. So let's do that. So this is Tetralith. There. Here I have their documentation. And let's see if I can click on the question mark. There. And here I type matplotlib. Let's see what I get. So here you see Python, using Python at NSC, train XOR, how to install Basilis to using Python. Alright, I'm gonna take this one, this one, this one, and this one. Let's see if we can find something how to use matplotlib. So here we have our first tab, matplot. What's it already mentioned? Matplot. Here the versions are mentioned. Matplot. Here is nothing being said, and this is not found. This is a broken link. Alright, this means that PD's NSC does not have documentation about matplotlib. Let's take a look at the UpMax documentation for this. Alright, UpMax says do this. Or we can do that. We can do that. Let's try it out. Ctrl Shift V, enter. Let's see if it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It says try this. Sure. Let's do that. Bam. Let's see what it's saying. Alright, so matplotlib is here. This is the default error, the default version. There are more versions, I guess. Isn't that helpful? Somebody hides it. Alright, well, I'm going to Ctrl Shift C, Ctrl Shift V. Let's see what happens here. What do I need to do? Alright, I need to do these lines first. Sure. I don't trust this dot here, so I'm going to use this line there. Ctrl Shift C. I'm going to put it here in the front. There. Let's see if this works. This works. That means we can now create the plot. Let's take a look. Because we've now created a loaded matplotlib. If I do ls, there is my plot. So this means I've now done exercise 1 where I've created the plot. So this is great. Exercise 2 will be about viewing the plot. And for viewing the plot there are two ways to display graphics. One is to use a remote desktop environment. I'm not doing this, I use a terminal here. Second is to use SSH with X forwarding enabled. I don't have that now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to view the plot now. So we'll see the error message. Then I will log in via SSH with X forwarding enabled to see how it looks like. So we're on Tetralith, so this is the command I need to use to view a plot. And here it says cannot open display. So this is the error you get. So now I will be logging out of Tetralith because I'm going to do this. I'm going to log in via SSH with X forwarding enabled, and I'll show you how to do it. So this is the command I use to log in. You can see I use an SSH key, whatever that is. All I need to do is -X space, and now I log in with X forwarding enabled. And that means everything else stays the same now except for showing graphics. Alright, so I need to give my verification code. So I go to my two-factor authenticator app, 363740. There, and let's see if I can now display my plot. And because X forwarding is enabled, yes, I can now see my beautiful plot. So that means I have just shown you how to work with graphics on the Tetralith HPC cluster for the Intro to Python for HPC course as provided by NICE. With that, I wish you a very good day. Bye!